Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're in York Gardens in southwest London. In this video, we're going to be doing a review of the outdoor gym you can see behind me. So the plan today is to do an upper body workout to get a feel of the gym, and then we're going to be rating the gym out of 5 stars based on the variety of equipment, the quality, and the effectiveness. So I'm going to get into the workout now, and I'll catch up with you after the session. Okay, now let's take a look at the equipment that's available at this outdoor gym. Firstly, we have a station for pull-ups and dips. Next, we have a sit-up station that can be used for sit-ups or push-ups. We have a lifting log that can be used for overhead pressing or leg exercises. We have a ladder wall that can be used for climbing or human flag exercises. We have an elliptical machine that can be used for cardio. There's a bike machine which can also be used for some light cardio. And finally, there's some jumping pads that you can use to work on your explosive leg strength. Okay, now we've taken a quick look at what's available in an outdoor gym. It's time to examine the equipment a bit more deeply and talk about the positives and negatives. Okay, let's start with the pull-up and dip station. It should be noted that it is one piece of equipment and it's quite compact, which can be useful for circuit workouts or supersets, although I did think it could be a drawback, as I feel only one person can comfortably utilize the station at a time, potentially causing longer wait times during busy periods. Okay, now let's take a little bit of a deeper look at the pull-up bar in this station. The height of the pull-up bar was personally perfect for me. I stand at 5 foot 11 inches, and it required me to go on my tiptoes to reach it, which was ideal. I could comfortably perform pull-ups with straight legs, ensuring my feet didn't touch the ground, which was amazing. The thickness of this pull-up bar was above the standard, although I personally prefer it. The only issue I did have was that the bar was slightly slippery, which forced me to use chalk to get a good grip. I also noticed that the pull-up bar had a slight curvature. Although this isn't optimal, I didn't notice any effect on my pull-ups or muscle-ups, so I think this isn't a major problem. Okay, let's move on to the second part of this station and take a look at the parallel bars. The height of the parallel bars were generally decent, but personally for myself I wish they were a bit higher. I think raising them about an inch would have been perfect. As you can see, my feet slightly touch the ground during dips, and I think anyone over 6 foot tall would have to bend their knees slightly. Although on the positive, having the dip bars a bit lower meant you can do rowing movements on them. I also felt that the bars were slightly too wide apart from each other, which made dips feel slightly less comfortable than normal. Okay, next let's take a look at the sit-up station. It should be noted that the sit-up station is at a decline, which is a smart design in my opinion, as it allows you to progress from regular sit-ups on the floor to decline sit-ups as you get stronger. The only drawback I noticed when doing sit-ups on the station was that it didn't fully accommodate my full body length. It should also be noted that on this station you can do incline push-ups, which are good for beginners, and decline push-ups, which are better for more advanced trainees. Okay, now let's take a look at the lifting log. I felt like the log press was quite an interesting addition to the park, as it enabled some weighted leg exercises, which is often missing in calisthenics parks. While I personally found the weight to be a bit light for my preference, I think it could be useful for people who are into higher rep training or for beginners who don't have access to weights. Next, let's take a look at the ladder wall. Overall, the wall was quite solid, although I did feel that the bars were slightly slippery, which I felt made it less safe for climbing over quickly. As you can see, I'm climbing over it quite slow. Now let's take a look at the two pieces of cardio equipment, starting out with the elliptical machine. After having a go on this machine, it's clear that it can only be used for light cardio, as it has no way to adjust the resistance. Although it did have a nice display to tell you how many calories you were burning and how fast you were going. Next, let's take a look at the bike machine. Just like the elliptical machine, this machine has no level of resistance, meaning it can only be used for light cardio. Noted at the time of recording that the seat was also broken and you couldn't adjust the height of it without it collapsing. Okay, now we've reviewed the equipment, let's talk a bit about location and accessibility of the park. This outdoor gym is located in York Gardens, Battersea, southwest London. I feel the location is quite convenient, as it's only an 8-minute walk away from Clapham Junction, which has numerous bus and transport links. The outdoor gym is located in the middle of a small park, which is quite visually pleasing, and you can tell that it's been recently maintained, although when I did visit there was quite a few bits of trash and dog poop around. It's also good to note that there's a children's playground quite close by, so if you have kids it could be nice to drop them off while you get a workout. On the other hand, you might see a few kids jumping on the workout equipment just to have a bit of a play. Okay, now that we've thoroughly explored all aspects of the park, it's time to assign it a rating. I'll be breaking down this rating into 4 essential categories: variety of equipment, quality of equipment, effectiveness of equipment, and location and accessibility. Once I've done this, I'll provide the overall score out of 5. Variety, I've given the park 3.5. I've given it this score as I believe there is a good variety of equipment. My only issue is that there's only one piece of equipment per exercise, which can be a problem if there's more than one person at the park who wants to use the same piece of equipment. This is particularly an issue for pull-ups and dips, as you can only perform these movements on the combined station, which can only comfortably house one person at a time. For the quality of the outdoor gym, I rated it a 3.5. It had a decent overall quality. The foundations were fairly solid, but there was some issues. For example, the slippery bar material. A few of the bars on the ladder wall were also loose, and there was a broken bike seat. Considering that this outdoor gym was built fairly recently, this raises concerns about the equipment's overall durability, especially over time. In terms of effectiveness, I've given this gym a rating of 3.5. Overall, you can get a good workout without any major issues, and my favourite feature overall was the pull-up bar, as it had a really nice height, which allowed me to do full pull-ups without my feet touching the ground. However, there were some minor issues with the equipment. For example, the dip bar was slightly too wide and low for my preference, and also the cardio equipment had little to no resistance. Also, the lifting log was too light, and I don't believe it would have caused any real stimulus to build muscle. When it comes to location, I'm rating this gym a solid 4 out of 5. It was incredibly accessible with a bus stop right outside and major transport links only 8 minutes away. The gym is located in a nice park and there's a children's playground nearby, which may be convenient for families, especially if you have kids and you want to drop them off while you get a workout in. So I think it's worth mentioning that there was a high presence of trash and dog waste on the day I visited, although it's possible that could have been an isolated incident, but I do believe it's worth noting. Overall, I'm going to give this park a rating of 3.6 out of 5. You can definitely get a good calisthenics workout here. The park has a good range of quality equipment and the overall experience for me was enjoyable. Although the park offers some good diversity of equipment, there are some minor limitations, most significantly the quantity of equipment and also the suitability of the equipment to people of various sizes and shapes. That's it for this outdoor gym review. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe and share this video if you found it helpful. And if there's any other outdoor gyms you would like me to feature and review, or if you have anything you want to add about this gym, please leave a comment and let me know. Thank you for watching.